Welcome to class. My name is Jenny. This is our intermediate balance and stability class. So if you're popping into here and you haven't taken the beginner stability, you might want to drop into that class first and then build to this one. You're already a seasoned yogi or you have a great strength and balance practice of your own, then go ahead and come into this one. And again, I have a chair nearby and a wall nearby, because even though we might be feeling like, it's an intermediate class, those things can always come in handy because you never know what the body has for you that day, right? All right, so let's go ahead and come down to our mats. Feel free to sit on a blanket or block in Sukhasana, easy seated pose, nice strong spine. Good, if you took that first beginner class, we're gonna do a similar box breath that was in that class. Just means we're gonna find some stability in our breath. So if you close your eyes down and just begin to count your inhale breath. Whatever number you land on when you don't want to take any more breath, pause there and hold your breath for that amount of time. Begin to exhale then for the same amount of time. And then hold your breath again, creating the shape of a box. Good. So whatever count you're finding, if you want to grow it, just make sure all the numbers stay the same. Try to count at the same pace. As we inhale, pause, exhale, pause. I'm going to give you just a moment to settle into that breath work. As you do so, just allow yourself to become present here. Give yourself this time for your practice. Drop any expectations of perfection today. Maybe pause and put a fun playlist on. Agree to have a little fun today as you play with these balance ideas. We might topple, fall, wiggle, wobble, and it's all okay. Just make sure you have a nice clean space around you. All right, let's take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out, dropping out of that breath practice. And then just start to circle your body 3 times one direction, nice and slow. You might consider it's like you're sitting in a mixing bowl and you're trying to scrape all the sides of that bowl. Just a little body roll. And as you take it the other direction, maybe start to tune in to that core strength that we worked on in our first practice, that beginner stability. Now we're going to find it a little bit quicker. And we're gonna grow it, come back to your stillness. All right, so we're gonna stretch our legs out into staff pose, Sandasana. Toes up, we're getting right into some of these energy and core holds and strength. So from here, let's just go ahead and instead of kind of sitting willy-nilly, find great posture, shoulders down, and then press your legs down into your mat, just like you want to put imprints in your mat. Bring your hands down to the mat and push your hands down as well. All right, so for many of us, just sitting like this, even if we're pretty strong, can be a challenge. Now we're going to work into 3 binds in the body that bind up some energy, but also kind of teach us to use some of our muscles, right? So the first one is called Mula Bandha. So I'm holding my legs down, I'm pressing down through my hands, I'm sitting up tall, spine is erect, and now I squeeze my pelvic floor together in and up. And if you're unsure how to activate your pelvic floor, we call them your potty muscles. So if you had a big soda, tea, coffee, and there was no restroom, you'd hold Mula Bandha. All right, so you're holding there. Now don't drop anything out. Everything's active still. You've got arms long, hands pressed down, legs long, pressed down, tall spine, Mula Bandha, pelvic floor is activated. Now pull your navel in and up like it's creating a little J shape. Okay, now already I might start to feel a little tremble in the body. This is a lot of work and we're just sitting. Amazing. We're holding and binding our energy here in the body and we're activating our muscles. All right, everything's still going on as a reminder. And then the last thing we're gonna do is just kind of pull our jaw back, and the muscles of the jaw feel like they're gonna smile. You might take a little swallow even. Jalandhara Bandha. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Hold it, breathe. I know it's uncomfortable. As you release these binds, don't release your strength, just soften a little bit. Pull the knees to bend and come into your beginner boat pose. Good, so we're gonna activate in this beginner boat pose a little bit differently today. So I'd like you to keep your arms outstretched or even on a diagonal, lean back, activating the core, pulling the navel in, and this time we're gonna pulse. Little bitty pulses. Let's get that core warmed up. Now if I had a beach ball, I'm gonna hand it to somebody on my right. Turn the torso, pulse. I'm gonna hand it to somebody on my left, keep pulsing. I'm gonna hand it up to the sky, oof, keep pulsing. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Extend the legs, exhale, just fold over the legs. If you can extend the nose towards toes, even better. Fabulous. Let's go ahead and take a little hip stretch before we get into this balance practice. Bring the soles of the feet together, sit up tall, work your sit bones down to the earth. For many of us right now, we're already feeling a lot. Hips might be tight if you're maybe very active, runner, cyclist, those sorts of things. Go ahead and just settle in here. If it's available to you to take a tip forward, just try not to round the spine. Hinge forward without lifting the knees. If anything, you can even work those elbows onto your thighs, not the inner knees, but onto the thighs, and give them a little help. Just press down. Good work. Stay with your breath. Good. Inhale, slowly rise up. And bring the legs together. Awesome. So I like to work core strength in a stability class because it really does help to find that movement stability. So let's go ahead. We'll see some of the things we saw in our first class, but just a little bit different today. Little add-ons. Come back to your hands and knees, tabletop position. We'll take a few short rounds of cat-cow. Remember to grip with your fingertips, knuckle beds, inner elbow creases forward. Inhaling to sweep the belly low, hips high. Work like a zipper up the spine. Exhaling, tail down, round the spine. Good. Inhaling. Keep the tops of the feet and the toenails click down to the mat. Exhaling. Keeping the belly toned. Beautiful. Come back to your flat back. Lengthen from the crown of the head to the tailbone. We're going to do our bird dog like we did in our first practice if you took it. Right leg back, left arm forward. And again, you still have options to modify this. It can be one or both down. Hopefully if we're here, we've got at least the arm and leg up. Now we're going to add a crunch, bringing the elbow to the knee and rounding the spine, crunch in. And then extend back out. That right shoulder is wrapped externally into the socket. I'm gripping the mat with my right fingertips. Keep moving. Beautiful. Hold that out. Left arm, right leg. Now, we're going to turn onto a side plank here. So what I'm going to do is drop my left hand, push my left foot slightly out, and then bring that right leg that's still in the air with me as I stack right hip, right shoulder over left. Finding that stability now from side plank. Try not to lean forward or too far back, best of your ability. Stacking nice. Bring it back around very gently with control. The right leg still in the air. Beautiful. Wrists under shoulders, gripping the mat. Right toes wrapped down so they're facing the floor. Elbows straight back. 3 tricep push-ups. Here's 1. Doesn't matter how low you go, just strengthen those arms in your chest. 2. Heel to the air, chest towards the floor. 3. Bring that knee in, shake it all out. Take a breath. 2 rounds of cat-cow to reset us. Inhale. Belly low, heart forward, gaze up. Exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale. Neutral spine is where we're headed. Rebuilding a nice strong table. Elbow creases forward. Left leg back, right arm forward. Hips try to stabilize. Left toes towards the floor. Elbow to knee. Bring it in. And inhale, extend it back out. Good. Notice if we start to lean too far one direction or the other, we're going to try to stabilize. Moving at a pace that's good for you. Not really about the amount of reps today. Just experimenting here. Beautiful. Hold it out, breathe. Right hand finds the floor, right foot tips out just a little bit. Left leg finds the air, or you can have it on the ground as we find our side plank supported by our right knee. Now I'm just refining to the best of my ability again. So thinking hip on top of hip, shoulder on top of shoulder, maybe leg at hip height if it's available. If not, just get some sort of lift if you can. And then I might look up and I don't want my arm back here, way out here, just straight up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Beautiful. Can we bring it around, the left hand down, left leg still in the air. So I'm just kind of wrapping that arm back down, bringing that right foot back in. Beautiful. And then 3 tricep push-ups. 1, 2, and 3. Left knee meets right and child's pose. If you can, let's curl the toes under for this one and get a little stretch through the base of the feet, the fascia, maybe even sway the hips. Forehead drops down. Very nice. If you feel you need more of a warm-up to your practice, I'm going to offer that you could pause the video right here, maybe do a little bit more of what we've just done, some cat-cows or some stretches. Otherwise, we're coming right into our downward facing dog. Go ahead, grip that mat with your fingertips and knuckle beds. Lift the hips up and back. And we're going to walk our dog, bending one knee and then the other. The heel doesn't have to touch the floor on that straight leg, but if it does, awesome too. No really goals here necessarily, just experiences. And as you're here, pull your heart back, soften your elbows, don't lock them. Inner elbow creases wrapped to the front of the mat as I corkscrew my hands into the earth. Nice work. Walk it to the top of the mat, forward fold. Take a breath as you find the 4 corners of your feet. Big toe ball now, little toe ball now. Right and left of the heel. Maybe I shake everything out, let the head go. As you ground down into those feet and those 4 corners, inhale, sweep the arms out and up, reaching towards the sky. Exhale the hands to the heart center, Samastati He. If you joined us in our first beginner video, you know exactly where you're going. If you're new to this series that I put out, go ahead and find the 4 corners of the feet again. Stand up tall, drop the shoulders, stack your joints, knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, and then look from the inside out, from the front to the back of your body, from the right to the left. Are you feeling equal in your stance? Balanced, stable? If not, small adjustments and refinements. Moving the hips, the shoulders, softening joints, and then our imaginary line, our midline. We're pulling everything to it, pressing the hands equally into that imaginary line. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive back to your forward fold. Step back to your plank, and if knee plank is more in your practice, absolutely take it to the knees, but stay on the diagonal. Bum is out of the air. Now, you can continue to work your planks day after day. Wrap your shoulders back so you're not wearing them as earrings. And those of you who want to just add a little bit more to your plank, we're gonna take and tap our shoulders, right hand to left, left to right. Try to avoid this sway of the hips. So that's where you're gonna find that stability, okay? Right touches left, left touches right. There will be some sway. I just don't wanna be turning this into like a hip dip, okay? Let's keep going just a few more times. You should really feel that core just firing up. Check in, you're not in a down dog. Bum is trying to stay on the air. Good, we should be feeling it. 3, 2, 1. Push it back to down dog from that beautiful plank. Let this feel good. Maybe continue to move the body or find stillness, whichever speaks to you. Good, we got that core pretty fired up. Now let's take it and fire up those legs. Walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, reach for the sky. Keep the arms up in a tall mountain pose. Drop the shoulders. And then we'll begin to march. Okay, so it's gonna use our core strength, and also we're just gonna use our legs here a little too. Good, soften through the shoulders. I'm trying to get the knee up to hip height. Beautiful. Bring the hands down to the heart center, continue the march. I'm gonna turn to face you as we come from our march into stability on just the left leg planted. The right leg continues this little tiptoe. And then we're gonna start to open up the hip a little bit. Just kind of greasing that joint up, bring it out, in. Okay, so we're gonna work our adductors and abductors, so a little nice thigh work here, as well as some early stability. Pushing down into the four corners of your left foot. Lift your left arch, that medial arch, as though there's a little ladybug just living under it. Don't want to squish her. Good. And then as you make these kind of rainbowy shapes, if you're feeling strong, these last few don't touch the floor. Good. If there's any little catches in your hip, you might have to work around it a little bit till it gives way. All right, this leg should be on fire. Let's go ahead, drop it down, and then you're gonna pretend you have a hula hoop and just kind of round those hips. Doesn't matter which direction, just try to do the opposite direction next time. Starting to feel a little bit more pressure in that right foot, stand on it, and let's tiptoe. I like to say, think of like the floor is volcano lava, and it's really hot, so you just barely touch, but I don't want to stay here too long. That's gonna help me find that stability. Now, while I'm doing this, remember my right arch is lifted, I'm on the four corners of my feet. Start to activate that right leg. Let's turn it into the hip circles. So activating the right leg, I just kind of hug muscles onto the bone, lift the kneecap, that activates your quad, squeeze the glute. Good, couple more here. Maybe I don't touch the floor on a few. If your breath, like mine, gets a little breathy because we're using big muscles, just try to find that equal breathing. Last one. Ooh, and set it down. And if you don't remember which way you hula hooped, start the way it feels normal to you, and then just go the opposite way, and that's probably the side you, the circle you didn't do yet. Or if you're not sure, do a few. Good, fabulous. Go ahead and shake everything out. You're probably at home, so you can just be as silly as you want. All right, let's go ahead, come back to the top of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in, reach for the sky. Exhale the hands to the heart, and as best as possible, come right into that Samastiti. There, so it might be a little wiggle. Good, close the eyes, breathe. If eyes closed isn't good, half closed. Feeling that energy today of the movement, so maybe it shifted from your last practice if you were moving in a forward back and you find yourself swaying side to side. I'm not trying to take that sway out, I'm embracing my natural energy while staying strong and stable. Fabulous. Bring those hands down now. If you do have blocks, and I do recommend them, go ahead and make sure they're right now at the very top of your mat. If you don't have blocks or you want to use a chair, that option is there for you as well. And it's possible that maybe you don't use the blocks at all, depending on where you're at in your practice. In our beginner one, we did a nice open arm airplane, balancing right to left with our wings in a warrior three. Today we're going to bring the arms forward. So that's going to shift things a little bit for us. Let's stand on our left leg, take an inhale, come up onto your right toes, reach the arms to the sky. Remember we said we were kicking that Amazon box if you were in that class. Go ahead, kick that box back, toes face the floor. We're standing on the left leg, dropping the right hip, and finding our warrior three. Can you draw your hands now to your heart center? Press your thumbs to your heart. We were standing on one leg, bringing the knee up to our chest. Try to stand on your left leg and bring the right knee to your chest. Stand up, bring the right knee up. Return where you came from. Warrior three, tip forward, heel to the sky, toes to the floor. Stand up. If you're wobbling, if you're touching down, no worries. Come in to the practice, open-minded, having a bit of fun, laugh at yourself when it doesn't go just as you want. One more time, we're just moving through, back and forth. Ooh, and that left leg and glute might be on fire. We're gonna stand up to our mountain pose. Feel free to give it a little shake. And then take your left ankle to your right thigh and sit down. Now as you sit down, take the hips back and down. Don't push that right knee too far forward. Hands are still at your heart. As you find that stability, flexing the left foot, let's see if those arms can rise up to the air. Nice work. Bring the hands back to the heart. Stand up straight with the right leg first, and then mountain pose. Any shakeout you need is just fine. We'll reset with an inhale and an exhale fold. We'll hang out here just for a moment. Anything you need to let go of here. Maybe that didn't go perfectly. If you're like me, a bit of a perfectionist, sometimes it's like, I really want to nail that pose or whatever. It's okay. That's not what it's about. Let it go. You're getting stronger every time you take this class. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift, hands on your shins, finding flat back. Now, normally I'd let you fold back down in a nice big sigh, but instead, we're in our flat back. Bend your knees. Sit down like you're in chair pose. Reach the arms skyward, lift up. And if that's a little challenging to get that lift, bring your hands to your thighs. Straighten your arms. And then bring the arms up. Good, let's breathe. All right, stand it all the way up. Keep the arms lifted. Start to push down into that right leg. Send the left leg back. Warrior three. If, like me, maybe one side is a little different. I have this little bit shorter leg. I wear this heel lift sock. This side's not my good balance side, but I do my best, and that's enough. Okay, let's stand it up. Left knee towards the chest. Bring the hands to the heart on the next one as you push back. And keep flowing with that at your pace. Try to go slow and controlled, not rushing. We want to feel the effort. We want to find the balance. I encourage a few second pause at the warrior three and a few second pause at the lifted knee. Once again, if I need a little touchdown, I need a little shakeout, we're almost there. Let's try for two more. Keep those muscles active, hugging to the bone. Last one. Good, come all the way up. Beautiful. Go ahead, shake it out a little bit if you need to. Good. Send that right foot now onto your left thigh, sit down and back. Good, if If you want to pulse here a little bit, I love that too. Now, if you ever find that yourself or your instructor, because we're human too, might be on the same side we already did or wrong side, you can switch it up. Try to do both sides. Beautiful. And let's go ahead, stand it up, release, and breathe. All right, just a little bit more balance work today. You think, how much more could there be? Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. You're gonna grab those blocks now and put them on the highest level. All right, now make sure that your ankles, knees, and hips are in alignment, so adjust accordingly. You have a long spine and your hands are on the blocks. Go ahead and take that right leg back behind you. We've been here, bird dog and warrior three. But we're gonna test our balance from the base up. This is pretty challenging, do what you can. From here, come up onto your fingertips on the blocks. Holy moly. From your fingertips, and again, this is like stair-stepping up a ladder. I might not be ready to go off of these blocks yet, but you can take one hand off of the block, both hands off of the block, and once you find your balance, find your warrior three, hands at the heart, out to the front, over to the airplane, and back to your blocks. Wow, let's go ahead and switch that out. As your right foot comes down, sway the hips. Send the left foot back. Good, strong right leg. Knee, hip, and ankle in alignment. Internal rotation of the left thigh. Fingertips on the blocks. Good. Lift up through those hips instead of being heavy. Think lift, find that Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha through your core. Ready? Maybe one hand, two hands off, to the heart, to the front, to the side, to the blocks, and hallelujah, drop that left leg down, shake it out. Beautiful, go ahead, take it back in your fold, let it go. Good. Blocks off to the side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, Samastiti Hi, equal standing pose. Right, left, front, back. Beautiful. Take another few breaths. Let your breath settle. Once again, letting go. If the practices went amazing and your balance has been spot on, let that go. It may not be true tomorrow. And if it didn't go the way you wanted, let it go too. All right, fabulous work, guys. We've got one more standing balance pose. Let's shake out anything we need to. Round the shoulders, move the legs. Beautiful. All right, so for this one, we've already been here in some sense, and then we're gonna add on. I'll just turn to face you for a little bit. So we're gonna pick up now that right knee. So we've already been here when we were doing tap downs, rotations. All right, now the left hand comes to the right thigh and the right arm comes to the air. Beautiful. Now, we talked about how looking around the room can change your balance, especially we talked about that in the beginner class. We're gonna look back as we take our hand back, turning our navel in towards the right thigh, looking towards the right thumb. Now, your eyes on your right thumb, correct? Take your gaze with your hand. Don't lose the side of your hand. Lift it back to the sky. So now I'm looking up. Oh my goodness. And now I follow it all the way forward to the front of the room. And then settle back to mountain pose. Shake it out. Let's try that on the other side. Right legs are standing leg, left knee starts at hip height, flexed foot. Right hand to the outer left thigh. Left arm to the air. Turn through the torso. Arm to the back. Then gaze to the left thumb. Hold that posture. Squeeze those inner thighs together, activate your right leg, and start to move. Left hand starts to move skyward, and as it does, so does the gaze. I don't lose sight of my hand. Back around, nice and slow, don't rush it. All the way to the front. Congratulations, set it down, shake it out, come back to the top of your mat if you're not already. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, forward fold. Step back to that plank top of a push-up. Nice work, guys. Now, last time when we did our touch of the shoulders, I said don't move the hips. This time it's hip dips, so you're just gonna drop your hips right, center, heels follow, left, center. You can do this from the knees as well. Make sure you hit that center point. We're not just rainbowing, but we've got a little boop, stop, stop, center stop, side stop. Good, keep going. Just a couple more, you've got this. And take it to the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up so you're standing up on your knees. Press the hips forward. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful, inhale, reach. And this time as you exhale, fold down to child's pose. Good, just settle the breath a little bit. Maybe shake the hips side to side gently. All right, nice work today, that stability. Let's inhale, rise up. You're welcome to turn to the side of your mat or just stay as you are. We're going to stretch our legs into a wide V shape for our next several stretches, just cooling down a little bit after all that work. Toes up, heels down, sit up nice and tall. If you need a little bit more, then you can get there. Just lift your hips and then set them back down, your sit bones back down. All right, very nice. From here, we're gonna go to the right first. So I want you to avoid pressure on the kneecap, okay? So if you find that your arm wants to rest right on the knee, please come above it or below it if you can, but not here. Another option is the floor, if that is available to you. All right, so we're going into side stretch. We're gonna bring that right hand somewhere on the right leg, right arm. I'm gonna just grab for my toes here and keep them upward. And then the left arm's gonna reach up. Now what I want you to be really aware of is we're trying to get this side body open. So if I tilt forward, then I don't have that stretch. And if I can't open, all I gotta do is back it up, where my arm is on the leg, okay? So just kind of play with it for a moment and find a nice side body stretch. And then when you find that opening, just think, if I could someday, maybe it's today, my left fingertips could grab my right toes. That's the direction I'm going. Where your head lands and how you want it is completely up to you and your neck. So I can look down, I can look up, I can look forward, but I want to maintain this bright open heart. If that left sit bone feels like it's floating a little bit, squish it down to the mat. Good, let's slowly rise up. Our left side's gonna feel taller than our right now. Turn your torso, look at your right toes, and then just walk the hands down either side of the right leg as you tilt forward. Now, if your left leg wants to roll in, you might even place your left hand inside the left thigh, not the knee, and just kind of hold it open. Squish those sit bones to the floor. Breathe. Slowly walk your way up. Ooh. Sit at the center for a moment. Just notice. I feel like the left side of my body is just a little taller, so I'm going to even that out. Let's move to left hand on the leg. Now suppose you're incredibly flexible. You might be able to take that arm all the way down to the floor, at which point you could be in the knee range, and then up and over. Now, just like anything in your body, and we're working on this like balance in the body, but it's never going to be perfectly balanced. So one side's always a little stronger, a little more flexible. So you might notice on one side, like I do, I can just almost touch my toes here, and the other side I feel like I had a nice wide gap. It is what it is. Work with what you've got. Just keep working. That's why it's practice. We keep coming to the practice because we just never perfect it. That's not the goal. All right, let's set it up. Ooh, nice big stretch. Turn the torso, hello, left leg, and walk it down. As I'm walking it down, I'm present with that right leg's activity. If it's rolling forward, I'm pulling back, opening it up. I want to feel this in my outer hip, my hip crease, my low back, all while maybe experiencing it in my left leg. It's a beautiful stretch. Gently draw yourself back up. Find center looking forward. My favorite one of all, we're going to go right down the middle. If you happen to have hardwood floors like mine, or you're on your mat the other way, you might be able to just do a slide down, or you can walk the hands if you've got a sticky mat or carpet. Either way, just start to bring your heart towards the earth, whatever that looks like. Some of us, it's a tilt. That's all we've got today, and that's okay. Others of us, maybe you're flat on the floor, laid out. That's okay too. There's no competition in yoga. It's one of my favorite things. We can practice together and also individually at the same time. We can honor our bodies and the practices of yoga, ahimsa, non-harming, acceptance, contentment, santosha. We find all those things in our practice with what is, being present here and now. Beautiful. Walk the hands back up. Slide those legs back in. Maybe give them a little wiggle. We're going to come onto our backs. Once you arrive on your back, place your right ankle to your left thigh. So think about our standing balance pose, but now on our backs. And then try, and you might use your right hand to help you, to push that right knee in line with your right ankle. Flex that right foot. Can you maintain this right ankle, right knee in alignment as you hug your left knee in towards the chest? So I'm bringing the right leg with, but I want to avoid this collapse of the right knee towards my shoulder. I can actually wrap those hands together behind the left thigh or on the left shin, and then snuggle my right elbow right into the thigh and push forward with the elbow to kind of encourage that right knee and ankle into alignment. And then again, flexing the foot if you can. So that's a lot going on in the outer hip and glute. If everything still feels great, you got to this point and you have got the leg in a parallel position, that right shin, I might rock to the left just a little bit. Now if my low back comes off the mat, go ahead, come back, push the low back down, and then find your rock again. I lose a bit of the stretch when I pull that low back up. Should feel a little spicy right now. If it's too comfortable, rock into something new. If you've taken your tilt to the left, come back, flat on the back, straighten it out, left foot down, right foot down, arrange your spine, maybe a little baby bridge, and then left ankle over right, left hand, left thigh, working towards knee and ankle in a straight line. I'm giving it a little press here. trying to maintain that with a flexed foot as I pull the right knee towards the chest. So hand can remain on that left thigh for a moment. Low back to the mat. I might take and slide that left hand through the triangle I've created in my legs. Grab and clasp my hands together. Snuggle left elbow to left thigh so I can push and maintain this nice straight line. Flexing the left foot. The side's a little bit tighter to me. I won't be able to go too far to the right, but I'm going to just kind of experiment with leaning those legs a bit to the right. And then right there's my edge on this side today. It feels like if I went any further, I might be in pain or something might go wrong. So I don't want to go any further than that. That's what you want to do. You want to honor that body as it is today. Now, having said that, if I'm in it and I hit my edge and I stay long enough that the muscle does stretch, the ligaments, the tendons, they kind of open up for me to go a little further. If I'm really present with it, mine has, then I can go just a little bit more, finding that edge again. Oop, there it is. I stop, I wait. All that standing work we did, we want to really stretch the glutes, the legs, the hips. Good. Come back to the center. Unwind the right foot and then the left, back to the floor. Good. Little bridge up just to reset the spine. And then stretch everything out long. Fingers to toes. Take a big stretch. One end of the body, the next. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then open up. Just sliding into your Shavasana. Arms come about halfway down, legs fall out, ankles relaxed. If you need any small little shifts in the body to get comfortable, go ahead and take them and then close the eyes. Great work today, my friends. Just letting your body play with stability and balance. Maybe you take this class another time and it feels completely different. Sometimes we're totally balanced, sometimes we're out of balance. But as long as we keep working our way back towards that stable state, not giving up, not remaining out of balance too long, that's where we want to be. Let that message work off of your mat as well as on your mat. Sometimes we have to be a little out of balance. We've got a hard deadline. We've got sports with our kids, whatever it is. We gotta be a little out of balance for a season. And then we balance it out. We come back to a stable place so that over time we have that strong sense of stability in our lives. Now let your body relax a little more. Feel the rise and the fall of your belly as you breathe. Thank your body. Send love to someone. And say something kind to yourself. I invite you to stay just relaxing here as long as you're able. But if this is the end of your practice and you have to move on with your day, then go ahead, wiggle your fingers and toes. Round your wrists and your ankles. Lift the corners of your mouth into a little bit of a smile. Rock your head. Knees towards the chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Maybe roll up into a little ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Find your way to seated any way you'd like. You can roll onto your side and then press up. Or give yourself a little spinal rock and roll. And as we meet in our seat, gather yourself, hands at heart center. Eyes closed. And just notice, witness. It's always my honor that you've practiced with me today. Continue to come back to the beginner and the intermediate balance and stability videos. Maybe play back and forth between them. And let me know, maybe on social media, in a text, however you can find me, how your balance is coming along. The light in me honors and salutes the light within you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. All right, thank you so much, guys. You can find me at Green with an E, greensoulyoga.com, or on social medias at Green Soul Yoga.